ba ho itong increase na in-implement natin last January 1? Alam niyo po, itong increase na to ay napapaloob sa batas ng RA 11199, and ito ho yung last increase for SSS.
Bago tayo magpatuloy, huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe sa aking channel. Thank you sa pag-click ng aking video. Good day po sa lahat ng mga nanonood. Sa mga bagong viewers at napadaan lang, by the way, I'm Tita Eda. Welcome to my channel. Ang channel na maghahatid sa iyo ng dagdag kaalaman tungkol sa government services, bagong mga balita at informative videos na galing sa legit na resources. Mag-subscribe na para updated ka.
Ano ba ho itong increase na in-implement natin last January 1? Alam niyo po, itong increase na to ay napapaloob sa batas ng RA 11199, and ito ho yung last increase for SSS, and I would like to say that I don't foresee any more further increases in the future. Ano ba ho ang napapaloob sa increase na to? Ito ho ay tatlong bagay. Yung increase na sinasabi na 1%, and that's the title of our press statement. No? It's to clarify that 1% increase. So, ang napapaloob ho sa batas na 11199 is that ang increase ay nagsimula noong 2019 na from 11 naging 12 until matapos po to 15%, which is January of this year. Ang kasama ho nitong increase na to is yung pag-increase ng monthly salary credit. Sa ating, on the lower scale, from 4,000 to 5,000, and yung sa higher scale po is from 30 to 35,000. Ano ba ho itong monthly salary credit na to? Ito ay napaka-importanting factor because dito ho kinakalculate ang daily salary credit ng ating mga miyembro, which forms as a basis of all the benefits of SSS. Most of the benefits. Bigyan ko kayo na example. Itong 1% increase, ano ba ho ito? Yung monthly salary credit na nag-increase from 4,000 to 5,000 and from 14% to 15%, ang katumbas na daily salary credit po sa ating mga miyembro is for 30 pesos. So, ang dagdag ho ng contribution natin is at 5,000 monthly salary credit is 190 pesos. So, kung susumahin ho natin, one benefit ng SSS is kapag nagkasakit ho ang ating mga miyembro, yung 30 pesos ho na yun, and each member is allowed, I think, 120 days in a calendar year for sickness benefit. So, kung magkasakit po kayo, halimbawa ng 30 days, so yung 30 pesos na dagdag ho because of this increase, you multiply it by 30 days, 900 pesos ho yun. Ang puhunan ho natin doon sa dagdag na contribution is 190 pesos. So, sa short term, may benefit ho. Sa long term, similar, I would say, salary bracket, 400 pesos ho ang katumbas nitong increase na to. So, sa 190 pesos ho na idadagdag niyo ho sa contribution niyo on a monthly basis, pag nag-retire ho kayo, and alam naman ho natin na with 120 contributions, you are eligible for pension, so, ang dagdag ho nun is 400 pesos. So, kung ika-calculate nyo, 190 pesos in 10 years is about 22,000 something. Within 5 years of retirement, nabawi nyo na ho yung 190 pesos na yun. Ang life expectancy ho ng mga Pilipino ngayon is nasa mga 72 years. So, ibig sabihin, from age 66 until 72, ano na ho yun, tubong lugaw na. So, ang programa ho ng SSS, hindi lang ho tinitingnan yung short-term, but even yung long-term benefits for our members. I think dun po napapaloob itong last increase na to. Because kaya ho din ho, nagpapasalamat ako na nabigyan ng opportunity kami na i-clarify itong last increase, is that ayaw din naman ho natin mag-suffer ang ating mga miyembro. Kasi pag i-defer ho natin itong increase na to, the reality is, ang mahihirapan is ang ating mga miyembro because yung additional daily salary daily benefit nila po, in case magkaroon sila ng sakuna, hindi ho nila makukuha to. So, I think, yun yung, I wanted to make that statement and I'll be open for Q&A na. Thank you.
Thank you, PCEO. First question, Maricel Halili, TV5.
Hi sir, magandang umaga po. Sir, sa kabila po ng mga explanations ninyo, meron pa ring panawagan to suspend yung increase this January, citing yung sunod-sunod na nangyari sa ating calamities. What are the chances na pakinggan ito, suspension?
Actually ho kami sa SSS, kami sumusunod lang ho sa batas na napapaloob itong Social Security System, and the latest is 11199. I understand na there's a specific group na is requesting to suspend it. But I think the challenge there is meron ho kaming contribution subsidy program. Baka ho ang ating mga kapatid na mga mambabatas na nag-o-oppose, na nag-request na i-delay to, hindi ba po pwedeng i-subsidize nila para sa kanilang mga membro itong dagdag na 190 pesos na dagdag in contribution. Kasi mas marami ang maapektuhan kung isuspend ho natin itong increase na to. Bukod sa opportunity ng SSS na makatulong during times of calamity, last year, we gave out around 9.8 billion in loans for calamity-stricken areas. Karina and I think Christine, madami ho kaming natulungan, about 500,000 members. So pag i-delay ho natin itong increase na to, hindi lang ho magsasuffer ang mga membro, wala silang opportunity, but also yung capacity ho ng SSS na tumulong in times of need.
Sir, do we have an estimate as to how much yung pwedeng mawala doon sa contribution kapag sinuspend lang, let's say, for a few months? Do we have a computation on that?
Yeah, actually, we have we did some calculation. Ang impact kasi nito is hindi, while minimal ang impact nito with regards to yung tinatawag nating fund life or viability of the SSS fund. Yung short-term benefit ang mawawala talaga sa mga miyembro natin in case na mga ilangan sila ng tulong. And that is very important to us kasi bakit natin i-deprive yung miyembro na magkasakit na ng additional benefit na 30 pesos. And in fact, just to give you the universe of SSS today, 75% of our of the contributions is coming from the formal sector, from the employed sector, and we are very elated to hear the message from Mr. Ortiz of ECOP on the acceptance of this increase from the employers. Kasi yung increase ho, hindi din naman this last increase, may katumbas ho, hindi lang ho membro ang magbabayad. Kalahati ho ang membro saka employer. So for the voluntary members na ito yung mga posibleng mga manggagawa natin, ang katumbas ho nito is 190 pesos. So,
Thank you, sir.
Next question, Kat Domingo, ABS-CBN.
Hi, sir. Good morning. Sir, why are we implementing an increase when the COA has flagged the SSS collection, underscoring that in 2023, the SSS only collected less than 5% of its over 90 billion in collectibles?
yeah, I think you're referring to, and thank you for that question. I think you're referring to it's an old COA report that talks about the delinquency of employers from SSS. At that time, it was around 89 billion. But based after reconciliation, as of October 2024, that number has gone down to around 46 billion. And we are constantly working on trying to assess ano bang sources nitong discrepancy na to.
Sir, it's based on a June 2024 document, and it's not just the delinquency of SSS employees, but also members. Let me read a portion of the document, if you may.
Sure.
It says that the inefficiency in collecting premium contributions from delinquent employers with only 4.581 billion collected, that's merely 4.89% of the established collectibles. Is it not doesn't it seem unfair for members to have SSS collect more, considering that over 90% remains uncollected?
I think it's not a fair statement also, because the total collection of SSS for 2024 is around 390 billion. And you know what you're referring to is while it probably released in June, the basis of information was sometime in, I think, 2022. So I'm open to have a further discussion on the matter to clarify. But hindi ho nag-i-increase kami, pero hindi kami nagko-kolekta ng mga contribution. Alam naman ho natin na ang SSS ay tinamaan nung pandemic. Madaming manggagawang hindi nakapag-contribute. Madaming mga businesses ang nagsara. And actually, continuous nga ho ang aming communication dito sa ating mga employers na nahihirapan dahil meron silang delinquency. We have a condonation program, and I'll take this opportunity na may condonation program ho tayo during the time of pandemic. Kung meron pa ho kayong hindi nababayaran sa SSS, pumunta lang ho kayo sa mga branch namin or sa aming head office para ho maupuan natin at maiplano natin kung paano nyo masesettle itong delinquency. Tuloy-tuloy ho ang aming, hindi lang ho sa ating mga membro, but sa ating mga employers na aming partners. They are our main stakeholders. And as I mentioned, 75% of our collection comes from the employed sector.
Sir, follow up. What is the current or updated delinquency rate of SSS?
Delinquency in relation to loans?
Collection, sir.
Collection on premium contributions?
Yes, sir.
I have to get back to you on the exact number, but what I know is that we are growing at 30% year on year. We are fortunate enough that our population is still growing, and we're still in a pyramid structure. That alam niyo naman, we are a pension fund, so the people that contributes today, ang magbe-benefit niyan are the ones that contributed 20 years ago. Yung delinquency kasi, it's by law that you have to pay HSS contribution if you're employed. And that's 75% of our membership base. What I know is for the employed sector, 97% of our formal sector is paying the right contribution rate. So we have about 3% that hinahabol ho namin. And part of our plans for 2025 is paano namin mapapaigtingin pa ang collection efforts dito sa mga employers na probably nahihirapan magbayad. dahil meron silang arrears nung time ng pandemic.
Thank you. Sam Medinilla, Business Mirror.
Good morning, sir. I would just like to know how much is the net income and benefits payment of SSS in 2024, and how much is its reserve fund?
Yeah. Actually, I'd like to answer that question in the context na magkaiba ho kami sa PhilHealth with regards to yung PhilHealth law and SSS law. Kasi I think you might be, please don't compare yung reserve fund ng PhilHealth, which is ibang batas sa SSS law. In terms of what we project is, I think we are expecting around, para mas clear, no? Ang pumapasok ko na pera sa SSS comes from three sources. Yung number one is yung contributions from our members and through the employers. Yung income namin coming from our investments. And the third one is other income namin from our assets and also from the loans that we issue to our members. Ang lumalabas naman ng pera sa SSS is yung benefits na payout namin. And sa ngayon ang pinakamalaking portion ng benefits na yun are coming from the pension and also the death and funeral benefits. So, yung plus, minus, we're expecting around north of 100 billion this year that would be going to part of our, I could not call it reserve. Yeah, I think we can call it as our reserve fund.
So, additional po, given the increase in member contributions, how will this affect the fund life of SSS? And when are you projecting this to last?
Yeah, actually, thank you for the question. And I'd like to take this opportunity also to explain a little bit about itong fund life. Because there might be some notion na itong increase na to is purely related sa fund life. During the last administration, nagbigay ng increase ng 1,000 pesos the former president. And ang impact nito sa fund life ng SSS, biglang naging up to 2032 na lang at that stage. So, 14 years na lang ho ang buhay ng fund life ng SSS. I'm happy to report that as of the moment, we have already doubled the fund life. It's now 28 years up to 2053. But then, actuarial ho kasi ito eh. Ang ideal, kung tatanungin nyo, kasama ko dito ang aming chief actuary, si Senior Vice President Ed Cruz. 68 years ho sa actuarial science ang ideal for a pension fund. And the reason why meron tayong tinatawag na fund life is because defined ho ang benefit ng SSS. And that is something that we will be working on this year. About studies on how to convert from being purely defined benefit to a variable benefit na. Ano hong impact nito? Sa ngayon there is no way for us to increase the pension of our 3.6 million members because naka-defined benefit to eh. And ang katumbas ho nitong fund life ng SSS would be the unfunded liability, which the way it's calculated sa actuarial science is 68 years. Kaya in the trillions ho ito. So, going back to your question, yung 100 billion ho na to na dagdag na income ng SSS is we would have to invest the money where it is allowed within our charter, and hopefully as we transition to finding ways and means to provide better benefits to our members, makakatulong ho itong perang ito. In the press statement that I released this morning, ang katumbas nitong last tranche of increase is around 51.3 billion. Yun ho yung kabuuhan, annualized. And 35% of the of this money goes directly to the account of the member. Kaya kailangan we understand, we are sensitive, we acknowledge yung mga request on the suspension ng SSS for the increase. Pero balikan ko, mas mahihirapan ang ating mga manggagawang Pilipino pag isususpend natin to o i-delay. Kasi ang perang makukuha ng SSS ay magagamit para mapa-improve pa ang benefits natin in the future.
If sa tingin mo, natulungan ka ng video ko na ito, nakasave ka sa oras mo, you can click yung thanks button at any amount ay malaking help sa pag-grow ng channel ko. Yun lang po muna ang aking update. Sana ay nakatulong na dagdag kaalaman ang aking shinare today. Ang goal ng aking channel ay mag-create ng awareness. Kung ganitong mga topic ang gusto mo, panoorin mo ang mga videos ko na ito. Thanks for watching! Kung may kapamilya, kaibigan o kakilala sa tingin mo ay magiging interesado sa video, please share or tag sila sa comment section. At syempre, if nagustuhan mo ang video, i-like mo na ito at subscribe ka na din. As always, feel free to write your questions, comments, and opinions respectfully. And continue to be a blessing and stay safe!